Only on Christ 17 TV, baby. Only on Christ 17 TV. Back at you with another one. A lot of switches have been made at, at the manager position in the MLB. Questionable ones. Like, who's Carlos Mendoza? He's never managed a game in his life, and they fire Buck Showalter, the Mets, and they hire a guy who's never managed one professional game in his life. See, the Mets are known for doing bonehead shit. That's what the Mets do. But you got to be real, though. The Mets had a horrible season last year. They were supposed to make the playoffs, did not make the playoffs. A lot of their starters got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So is it really Verlander, Scherzer, they got hurt, and both of those guys ended up on different teams, okay? Now we got Ron Washington going to the Angels, which I think pretty good hire. Always like Ron. He's always did a good job wherever he's went and coached, and I think that was a good pick to run the team for next year. Are they going to be able to keep Shohei? I seriously doubt it. Seriously doubt it. He wants to make the playoffs, and somebody's going to put him in a position to win. Now, Graig Counsell broke the bank. Chicago Cubs made it rain on that guy, okay? Now, $40 million for 5 years for a manager. Graig Counsell to the Cubs. David Ross had a hell of a year to keep them Cubs in that wild card chase to the very last week. Almost to the very last day, okay? But Arizona was a hot team, and ever since the beginning of September, when I seen them live play in Wrigley Field, my first time at Wrigley Field, they swept the Cubs 4 games, okay? They were on a roll. David Ross should never been fired from that team. And then you're going to fire him and bring in Graig Counsell. They got swept in the playoffs, okay? Both games got swept. Now, let me tell you this, though. Let me just tell you this. And this is a major stat. You got to hear this stat. In Graig Counsell's last 10 playoff games, you got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. The guy is 1-9, okay? 1-9 as a playoff manager. Now, how do you reward a guy who can't win in the playoffs with the highest paying manager job ever? That's what I want to know. How do you give him $40 million when he's 1-9 in his last 10 playoff games? That's crazy. Do the Cubs know something we don't? You want the guy who bats like this to manage your damn team who can't win no playoff games? Nothing against Graig Counsell, but your record speaks for itself, and that's a lot of money to be given to somebody who's not proven. Chi-Town, what's going on, man? What's going on with your team, brother? Why did they pay that man all that cash? Do you know something I don't know? Is there something in Chicago news that I ain't seen? Tell me. We'll talk about it. But I think that's a horrible hire. And to kick Ross out when Ross had a great year, coached them boys all the way down to the wire, but you had a hot Diamondbacks team and a hot Phillies team you're chasing. It's going to be hard to catch them 2 teams. And then at the very end, the Marlins got hot in the last 2 weeks and snuck right by the Cubs. So, I don't know. I just think that's a horrible hire. And for $40 million, 5 years, you might be stuck with a guy who can't win a playoff game. So, I don't know. I just don't see it as a great hire. And with that being said, I don't think they're going to do shit with the manager. And David Ross, I hope he gets a job very soon, because I think David Ross got a raw deal. He kept them in the playoff race. When they came from the bottom and they got hot, after the All-Star break, the Cubs got hot. And they went on a roll and started winning series after series after series. They even beat my Yankees. Yeah, I said it. They whooped my Yankees' ass. And that was the beginning of them getting hot. They almost made the wild card. I know almost don't count, but from where they came from to where they ended up at was a very good job by David Ross and that team. They played their butts off, and I think he at least deserved one more year to try to continue the hot streak. But you know, motherfucker see something in Graig Counsell nobody else does, but a 1-9 record in his last 10 playoff games. Cubby fans, what's going on here? Cubbies, you know what I'm saying? Cubbies, what's going on, baby? If they don't do good next year, as good as they did last year, they're going to be calling for that guy's job in the first year guarantee or your money back, baby. This is Christ 17 with a little managerial news, because they got a little moves going here and there and here and there and here, so I guess I keep you updated on what's going on. And with that being said, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below, and what I always tell you guys, I'm going to catch you on the flip side, player. Christ 17 TV. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. It won't cost you a dime.